It's June 12th, and today I'm walking in Harbour Landing, and I had a request from a viewer about a month ago to show Prefontaine Avenue. So that's where I am. This is Prefontaine Avenue right here. You can see the sign. We'll walk down it. I think this particular viewer is figuring on moving here, so wanted to know what it looks like. So you've got a row of probably condos here. They're joined together, row houses I guess you'd call them, and apartments over here. We'll walk down to the end of the street, and then I'll just walk around the Harbour Landing, but starting here, which is not a place I've ever started from before. So Prefontaine Avenue, apartments on one side and these kind of row houses. Probably, I don't know if they can be run as condos or exactly how they're organized. Looks like maybe 6 of them to a building. 2, 3, 4, I think that's, oops, or is it 5? 1, 2, 3, well there's 5 sets of stairs, I guess it's 5. And then these are probably rental apartments over here, although they might be condos, I don't know. Well, that one says for sale over there, so those are definitely. Street, very modern. One of the newest developments in town out here at Harbour Landing. I feel like I've walked in Harbour Landing quite a bit, but actually it was, I think there was snow on the ground, and I think it was early in the winter the last time I was out here, so. Morning. Then down at the end here you see houses, standalone houses. This is all there is to Prefontaine Avenue, just this street. Canuck Crescent? I don't know where that is. I'll look it up. Depends on where it is. Not today though. I'm in, unless it's in Harbour Landing and I happen to come across it. Today I'm out here. It's a beautiful day. It's about 20 degrees right now. Sunshine. There's apparently thunderstorms coming tomorrow and quite a bit of rain maybe, but which is too bad because tomorrow is my daughter's birthday and we were hoping to use our backyard for a bit of a party, but if it's pouring rain, they'll have to all be indoors. This is Del Hay Way. We'll go down to the left here. At some point I should be able to get right out to the edge of town. Let's walk on the sunny side of the street. Down there. So that was Prefontaine. That's the other end of it. That's all there is to it. And this is, in general, known as Harbour Landing. Quite a large development. And as I said, one of the newest areas of town. I have a frog in my throat. Have had for a couple of days, but it's not too surprising. On our street in particular, all the elm trees are dumping leaves and there's pollen everywhere, like the car was yellow with pollen this morning. So if you have any tendency toward allergies, and I think I have some, you are very aware of it this time of year. I think a lot of new arrivals to the city end up in Harbour Landing because it is new development, and so you hear a lot of different languages being spoken around here. Here we go. And here's the edge of town. So let's just go out here, get a look at the prairie. So this is the western edge of the city. That's just farmland. I think some of this has probably been bought by developers, but mostly it's farmland. We're looking towards Moose Jaw, which you can you can almost see from here. Yeah, and it just dirt road going both ways. I'm going to walk along the dirt road for a bit. The airport is down that way. That's what that ball would be related to. And if we come over here, across from the road, this is Saskatchewan, where I grew up. The landscape that I know very, very well. Played as a kid because we lived outside of Weyburn in what was the British Commonwealth Air Training Command base during the Second World War. And the old buildings out there were turned into our school, Western Christian College, where my dad taught. And we lived in apartments that were made in one of the buildings. I think they were officers' barracks originally. Officers' quarters. I like coming out here because Regina is a very artificial place when you look at all the trees, because there's tons of trees. But in fact, the trees are all planted by somebody, and left to its own devices, the prairies would look, well, they wouldn't look like this. Left to their own devices, the prairies would be huge waving seas of grass. So even this is a very unnatural landscape because it's all been plowed. There's a little bit of oil on this road to keep down the dust. You can also see in the direction we're walking, you might see cars on the horizon, and that's the Trans-Canada Highway. Over there you can kind of see some. It'd be very small in the camera. And see, over there's Harbour Landing. I actually find this more interesting. I haven't been out to the edge of town for a while, and I do like the feeling of being in the country a little bit. Our power's out at home. I just got a notification that says they still don't have an ETA on getting it repaired. Just too bad. I was going to watch the IndyCar race from Wisconsin. No. And we tried to record the Formula One race from Azerbaijan and had recording problems. So it's been a disappointment on the auto racing front today. So if you live there, you have a view of the prairie out your back of your house. The other side of that fence, lots of backyards. Here comes a jogger. I'm not sure what this building is. I've walked by it before, but I forget. We'll walk over there and take a look. I am wearing sunglasses today. I finally realized I have to do that after last weekend's terrible experience with getting grit in both eyes. It's a mosquito breeding ground. Again, at any time we can go down. I'll probably go down to where this road ends up here, where it's blocked off, and turn into Harbour Landing at that point. Back into civilization. Let's go see what this place is. 440 Campbell Street. Okay, but what is? It's clearly not open on Sundays. 440 Campbell Street. But what is it? Oh, there we go. Oh, that makes sense. It's the office for the RM of Sherwood. Sherwood. RM means rural municipality. So this is like the, in the US it'd be a county. Various things in various places. So on this side of the street, I'm sure we're actually in the RM and not in the city limits. And there is occasionally bad blood between the city and the RMs, I know. Again, we go over here. There's Trans-Canada over there. If you see the cars going by, that's the Trans-Canada Highway. Heading to Moose Jaw to the right. Moose Jaw, and then that's out to the west, and then Swift Current, and then Alberta, and then the Rockies. If you drive along there about 7.5 hours, you're in Calgary, and another hour from there puts you into the Rocky Mountains. It's both not very far and very far. It's a day's drive to the mountains. Full day's drive. I think I saw some comments there. I can't read them because of the sunglasses. Happy Sunday morning to you too. I'm just fine. It's a beautiful morning. Good day for a walk. Except for our power being out at home. That's annoying. I wouldn't be out walking now if the power was out. I was going to, as I said, I was going to watch the IndyCar race from Wisconsin, but then the power went out, so decided, well, I might as well get my walk in. Also, it's a little cooler. It's already 20 degrees, and it'll probably be 23 or 24 later. It's a bit warmer. And now it's just the perfect temperature. I'm going to go up to where those blockades are and then turn back into Harbour Landing, I think. Could go further, but I don't know. There may not be any more streets that come out. I don't know. Probably been bought by a developer, I'm guessing. It's hard to be sure. Doesn't really look like it. There's no sign of development. Red-winged blackbird. If you go out that way a little bit, there's something called the Global Transportation Hub, which I've never been to, but it's exactly what it sounds like. There's a lot of big warehouses, and because we're kind of in the center of the continent. Amazon just bought a bunch of land out there for a distribution center of some sort. I'll try to read that. Here comes a car. It's unexpected. In our neighborhood, it's often a squirrel that got into the transformer, but we didn't hear a bang this morning, so it may be something else. You'll hear this big bang as the transformer blows up, and we always joke that it's a squirrel. Little terrorists. So far, nobody I've overheard speaking this morning is speaking English, so that's an indication of how many immigrants come out to this neighborhood when they arrive in town. Yeah, I'm not sure I can get back into Harbour Landing if I go further down that way, so I don't want to get stuck. So I will go left here back in among the buildings. See, that makes me think it might be ready to be developed, or on the other hand, it might just be the farmer saying, stay the heck off my land. Hard to be sure. Yeah, we'll turn left here. Leave the prairie. So there you go. Saskatchewan. I mean, there is a fire hydrant there, which is a sign of impending further development, but no sign of land being cleared or anything like that. So we are on a broad boulevard that ends abruptly right here. More apartment buildings. Bicycles hanging off that balcony up there. Sorry, it's hard to read these long comments. Yeah, some of it's aging infrastructure, some of it's squirrels. We do tend to have an annoying number of power outages. It's not like they happen every day or every week, but they happen more often than you'd like, that's for sure. And we're in Lakeview. Well, we're in Crescents. Same era of housing. And it's still above ground wires. The new developments like this all have below ground wiring, so you don't see the power poles we have in our neighborhood. Let's walk back here through the apartments. Let's see what it looks like back here. So a lot of people live in this in Harbour Landing, and it still seems new to me. I think within the last 10 years it's all been built, I think. Something like that. It's warmer, which is still right over there, just the other side of that fence. That's an interesting modern building. Boat. We're just waiting to be taken out to a lake somewhere. It's the season for it. Nice looking buildings for the most part. I have no idea what the apartments are like, but they're all new, so they ought to be pretty good. Never been in any of the apartments out here. Well, that's not true. There is one development I've been in. The apartment is fine. I don't particularly care for that particular building, but I mean, the building itself is uninteresting. The apartment was fine. That's certainly frequently the case with apartment buildings. Probably pay extra for the ones on top with the outdoor balcony, and I'm sure you would. Those are pretty nice balconies up there. No shade though. Let's see, what should we do here? This is still James Hill Road, so we should be able to take it down to the right further. Still get somewhere else, not get trapped. Some more nice housing. It's interesting, they don't always have sidewalks on both sides of the street, so the sidewalk goes up to there and then it ends. Oh no, maybe it's just tucked over to the side a bit. Some of the streets, the sidewalk's only on one side for some reason. Sure, you have to get your mail. They don't get home delivery out here. It all goes into these super boxes. That's Glide Crescent. A lot of these have, there's a lot of streets out here with kind of aviation related names because of the airport being not too far away. A bit of green space to my left and to my right, I think. Not exactly a park, just a bit of green space with a path through it, but no development. So I guess I could have walked down that far at least and come back into the development, but I didn't. How long have I been out? I need to time it so it lasts about an hour when I turn around and go back. Only 20 minutes, so I can go this way quite a bit more. This is Pearsall Crescent. It's possible Canuck Crescent that I was asked to walk on is out here somewhere, but I really don't know for sure. "30 kilometers an hour" should indicate we're close to the school that's down this way. I'd be coming up on my left here. One for sale. Or for rent, actually. House for rent. The school will be just over here on my left now. Heaving into sight. Duck. At least I had to. This will be the other end of the crescent, I think. It's not even labeled. Rollerblades. So heaties. Never been on rollerblades. And at my age now, and lack of balance, I don't think it would be a good thing to take up. Now, where are we? There's no school. Why was there a 30 back there? Or open space here, though. Okay, we'll cross over. Do I walk along the dirt? Do I walk along the concrete? The dirt looks more interesting. So let's take the dirt path and see where that takes us. Gravel path. There's a soccer field up there, I see. I think this will just take us back to the sidewalk, but at least it was a diversion. Soccer field. This is kind of undeveloped, but that has, like, the grass is being tended and the trees and so forth, so that's more park, and this is more, a bit more natural, I guess. Again, here's the edge of town. The edge of town. Oh, what's that? Hi, Colleen. Are there? An expert at flowers I am not. I recognize dandelions. Does that count? Roses. I know a rose when I see one. And by any other name, it would smell as sweet. What's the yellow sign say? No unauthorized vehicles, or what's the warning? The yellow warning sign. Warning. Avertissement. High pressure natural gas pipeline. Oh, click before you dig. Yes, please do. I just had to do that because we're building a deck and an extension on the back of the house, and they're supposed to come and locate the gas. There's only a gas line out there. I know that from previous work, but they have to come and restake it. I know where it is too, but not too within the degree of accuracy that it will be marked. Our power lines, as I said, are up on power poles, unlike out here where everything's underground. Oh, there's a rabbit or hare in the middle of the road. Wouldn't be surprised if deer wander in here sometimes. Not really deer territory out to the west, but it could be there. I think we're right out pretty much at the edge down here at the end of the city to the south. So I won't go any further that way. I will turn left. Yeah, because there's the there's the TransCanada just the other side of those houses. Just saw a truck go by. So yeah, we're right down at the south end now of Harbour Landing. Beacon Drive. We're now on Fairchild Road. I thought we were still on James Hill, but apparently not. Let's take this path. Into the park. There's a bit of a BMX ramp here, possibly skateboarding too. Whatever other wheeled vehicle you might wish to. There's a big playground up ahead too. There's the oh, there was an airplane from the airport.
It would be okay. Yeah. Really, Tim's saying he really shouldn't even get that. But
no, but why hold it up
but
longer?
It's technically his money. But we could argue that it's not because this is the
Jet taking off. This is to sit. And there's a big playground up here. That's a big one. My daughter would have loved that when she was at that age. But I mentioned she's turning 21 on Monday. There's an outdoor basketball court here. And again, edge of town. It's just past that row of houses. Nice playground. Oh yeah, Alice would have loved that when she was playground age. Now I'll check my time up here and see if I'm ready to turn back the other way. If I want to go a little further yet.
Let's go home, let's go home.
Somewhere, like this path just takes us around the park here, so I'm going to keep going this way. But I think there's still a spot where I can go a little further south and hit the south edge of town, right by the TransCanada. Hello, see if I can read that. It's very hard. You're from Poland. You have some friends who live in the Canuck Crescent area. Well, I'll look it up and see what I can do. I'm going to be not walking for a couple of weeks. I'm not here coming up, but I will look it up and see what I can do. So subscribe if you haven't. And then whenever I do it, you'll know about it, because I'll make sure to put that on the title, Canuck Crescent, like I did for Prefontaine Avenue today. I really have no idea where Canuck Crescent is off the top of my head, so I'll have to look it up. There's the green space I'm thinking of, so I came quite a bit further west than I usually do. So if we go up here, I think there's a bit of a more walk we can take, just a short distance down, right to the edge of town in that direction. Ooh, there's a cat for a change. I usually see people walking dogs, more rarely a cat. I see more rabbits than I see cats. I'm a cat person myself. Our cat is strictly indoors. Cessna Way, there's another one with a airplane theme. This little bit of street here is called Cessna Way. Those Beacon actually has a kind of an aviation theme as well. I think probably just the other side of these houses is where the end of the big green space that runs right down the middle of Harbour Landing is. Don't know how I get there though. I might. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, perfect. I came out perfect because there's a path right there that'll take us there. So it's exactly the right place to be. Crane Crescent. Perhaps not quite so obviously aviation related. Yeah, and so that's the end of Harbour Landing right there, and when we go out through this little path, we'll see it. You can go right down to the end, turn around, and then start back to the north. Go down there to the very end. Here's Trans-Canada. Yep. I like reading text. That proves somebody's watching. No, I'll definitely make a note of it, and I'll get there when I can. I won't promise when that will be. It's, sometime within the next month for sure. Hopefully sooner. It's difficult for me to go too far afield during the week because I don't have a car at the moment, because we have two cars, but my daughter takes one to work and my wife takes one to work, leaving me carless most days. And wherever it is, I have to drive to it. I know that because it's not in my immediate neighborhood, because I know all the streets there. It could be in Harbour Landing. It might be out in the north, the south, the east corner. It's another good possibility, which I haven't walked in very much. All right, well, there's the Trans-Canada. Cars going east and west. And there's the prairie again. Now we're looking down towards, if you went straight to the south, you get to Corrine, then you angle off to the southeast, which takes you to my old hometown of Weyburn, about that direction. About an hour and about 110 kilometers by road. I guess it'd be a little less if you could take it as a straight line. So yeah, this is where I walked. Last time I walked in Harbour Landing, and it was like November. There was some snow on the ground, but it was melting again that day. It's kind of the last time it melted really before winter set in earnest. I have water in the creek. How long have I been now? Yeah, 34 minutes. So now I'm just going to walk back to the car. This will probably be over an hour by the time I'm done because I did stretch it out just a little bit more than usual. Gopher control. Burrows in this area have been baited. Poisoned. Trying to control the gopher population. Even though our football mascot is a gopher. Well, actually, they're the Saskatchewan Rough Riders, but you know, the guy that wears a costume and ramps up the cheers is Gainer the gopher. And yet, generally speaking, gophers are shot and poisoned with abandon because they're a pest. If they're close to your home or place of business. Bit of a creek down there. So that's where we just were. I might walk over far enough to see the commercial area before I head back. Again, mosquito breeding territory, but what you gonna do? Not a fast-moving stream. I don't know if I think that's a natural creek too. I don't think that's a strong channel. And they do have this creek runs all the way through Harbour Landing, and it's like protected habitat. So you have this green space on both sides of it and the creek in the middle, and wildlife, just birds especially, can enjoy it. Close am I to the commercial area over there? Yeah, that's the back of, oh no, wait a minute. Maybe not. Might be further than I want to go over to where all the commercial stuff is. And there you can see all the way from here to the edge of town and the prairie off there in the distance. Yeah, I don't want to go down that way far enough to get to the commercial. Wait a minute, maybe it just goes around the corner and that'll take me straight into it. Actually, I think that's probably what happens. So maybe I will walk that way. I've walked many times down this path through the middle, and it's very nice, but see, natural area. There's more of the natural area. The creek winding between the houses on both sides, so a great big green swath through the middle of Harbour Landing here. But I will stretch this just a little further to go up here, just to show how since I'm sort of doing this for the fellow who wanted to see Prefontaine, he probably wants to see sort of what else is in the neighborhood. So I'll just go show where all the commercial stuff is. I've never walked into that little piece of park over there, but I won't do that today. Looks nice. I will have to, what's it called? McKenna Park. Have to mow grass today too, since again we're having people over for my daughter's birthday tomorrow. Hi Roger. Trying to read it, it's hard. Off we go. I have already gone off. Some people would say I've been off for years. Yeah, so we're getting to the commercial area. There's a hotel, home, inn, and suites right there. My cat's veterinarian, well, he's been there once, but we kind of switched there. Mainly because they offer appointments, and the one he's gone to most of his life, when required, doesn't offer appointments, so you end up sometimes sitting for an hour waiting to be seen, and it's just luck of the draw, and I really don't like that. This is also a bigger, more modern building. It even has separate cat and dog sides, which I think is nice too. So there's hotels and stuff down here as we move into the commercial area. Careport Animal Hospital, my cat's veterinarian. There's a place for rent or sale. For rent, I think it says. I didn't get the light, but I've got the light in a way, so. Careport Animal Hospital, cell phone tower. And then there's a lot of businesses along here. So if my friend interested in Prefontaine Avenue is curious, this is where you get all the restaurants and stuff that are handy. Shops, that's Lowe's over there. Hardware store. There's a bunch of stuff past it as well. There's a Starbucks, you can't see it, but it's over that way. Western wear and tack. Need anything for your horse or for riding your horse. And there's a wine store just around the corner. It's right over there, Willow Park. And the Sastel store next to it. Edo is a restaurant. Cabela's down there is a outdoor type place, camping gear and stuff. Marshall's, Bed Bath & Beyond, big box stores. Lowe's again over here. Co-op gas station, car wash. There's a pet store over here we've occasionally bought stuff at. There's Willow Park, Wines and Spirits. Big car wash in behind the co-op gas station here. I drive by that place all the time. I don't know what it is. It seems to have a deck. Is it a restaurant? Maybe it is. I have little patience for cars that sound like that. Even when I was a kid, I thought that was stupid. Then maybe I was never really a kid. I never had much use for the fads of my particular era. Although I admit I had a gray shirt with a pink tie, sort of in Miami Vice days, but pink was kind of a color for guys there for a little while. I knew a guy with a pink suit, complete with the 3/4 length sleeves. Totally a Don Johnson look. He was no Don Johnson though. If you don't know who I'm talking about, then you're young. Well, I missed the walk light here, but I've got the green light, so I should be able to go. I don't really want to go that way anyway. I'll go this way. So there's a Walmart over there, and a bunch of other stuff. We'll go this way. Olive Garden. Kind of a big thing when we got an Olive Garden for some people. I've never been there. I know there's a bubble tea place over there and a chocolate store. So this will take us by Cabela's here. Kind of a furniture store over there. There's a discount shoe store, discount shoe warehouse. It's just the sign that shows the stuff I pointed out. All right, there's a London Drugs. There's a McDonald's over here. They're everywhere. There's a nice kind of coffee shop down there, and Canadian Brew House, I think it's called, kind of a pubby place. There's Cabela's, hunting, fishing, outdoor gear. Occasionally when the gimbal goes wonky, it's because the cord for the mic gets kind of stuck to my arm because of the sweat, and it pulls and doesn't go freely. Maybe if I moved it over there, it'd be better. Or maybe worse, I don't know. I'll find out. We'll cross the road up here. I parked the car. Actually, I parked it on James Hill Road, but just at the corner of Prefontaine. McDonald's, as I said. There's a London Drugs over there somewhere too. This is still not James Hill Road. James Hill Road is quite a bit further over yet. I'll go up here to begin with. I think this will take us by the school. There's probably a light button here. Yes, there is. We'll walk by the McDonald's. Can't get more exciting than that. Those are probably condo buildings rather than apartments. Hard to be sure, but likely. And there's the park again, the creek and the green space. It's just past those. Roads. These days, maybe I'll end up working at McDonald's. The writing doesn't seem to be paying off very much, so I would make more money. Which is sad but true. The freelance life, sometimes you don't make any money at all unless you got a gig. There's Winners and Home Sense over there. There's the London Drugs that I mentioned, hiding over there. So, tons and tons of stores and restaurants and things in Harbour Landing. So if you were living on, say, Prefontaine Avenue, a short drive or even a walk away. Not too long a walk. Of course, if it's 40 below, you might not want to make it a walk. This time of year, today, it's beautiful. we'll cross over at this pedestrian crossing, get over to the park, I think, then to walk back to approximately Prefontaine. Prefontaine does not come through on this side of James Hill. There's just that one stretch, and I can't remember what the street was called on this side, but we'll find it. Getting thirsty too, sweating enough, and it's warm enough. Could, of course, walk across the grass, but I don't think I'll do that. Could be wet down there somewhere, it's hard to be sure. There'll be a path going in my direction momentarily here. And that will leave the commercial area behind, and then it's, which it kind of ends up here anyway, and then it's back into residential. See, I recognize those flowers. Dandelions are wildflowers. Nobody thinks, look at all those beautiful, because they're only pretty until they weed out or head out, and then once they turn into those little fluff balls, they're not nearly as pretty. This way we go. Back to the park. Don't let your dog run free. Big houses along here. That's a big one. And I think it's just a single house. The view over the park, you pay extra for that, I'm sure. Location, location, location. Oh, that one over there, yeah, that's a very, I've walked by it. That one on that corner is very interesting. I'll be turning right here. I don't think I want to go that way just yet. I haven't walked back nearly far enough yet to the north. There's a big one. This brings us back to the natural area here. Lots of blackbirds down there in the reeds. They really like to hang out in the reeds. Oh, there's a big one. That's huge. So this stretch is where you have the biggest and fanciest houses, I think. In Harbour Landing, because it's very mixed. There's the rental apartments, there's condos, and there's these big standalone homes. And yeah, these are big houses, but the big house doesn't cost nearly as much in Regina as it does in, say, Toronto or Vancouver. think up here we'll turn and go down, see where we are on Jamesville Road. There's a blackbird. It's a nice place to walk. I'm surprised it's been so long since I've been out here. I felt like I'd just been here, but again, it was right after the first snow. I didn't get out at all during the winter, which I fully intended to, but I never did. So I never walked along this path in the snow and cold. Is this Jim Cairns? If not, then I can certainly go further down the path. Prefontaine is north of Jim Cairns Boulevard. There's another rollerblader. This path does lend itself to that, I suppose. Yeah, I'm getting close, so I think I will want to carry on down this way. So we'll leave the path, we'll get over here to James Hill Boulevard, and we'll be fairly close. So, looking back again. Yeah, this is Jim Cairns, so this is the one I wanted to go down. This is Alboulet or Alboulet Drive, Aviator Crescent. I actually know somebody who lives here. A friend of Alice's grandmother, I believe, lives along here somewhere. I've dropped her off at that house a couple of times. Oh, well, I'm about ready to be done. Thirsty. So I haven't checked, but I presume I've done about an hour already. Let me see. Pretty close. Not quite there, but very close. So a good solid hour's walk today. By the time I get back to the car, for sure. For sure. And the cord is acting up again. Which is why I'm suddenly pointing off in odd directions. Ah, stop that. Nice flowers here and there. Oop, this one's for sale. You're looking for a nice house. It looks like that one is available. It's actually two, so it's one's half of that. It's not a single. I want to go on Aviator Crescent. That won't take me anywhere. Gotta keep going down this way. Might connect to a crossroad, but I'm not 100% sure. Christmas lights still hanging. I only got ours down a week or two ago, so I can't really complain. Lilacs, small bush now, but it will grow. someone on a bicycle coming this way, and Dad on roller skates.
How are you?
Hi. Of the apartments that were right by where I parked, and I think that is the apartment right by where I parked. So I think if I turn the corner here, I will now see my car. Am I right? I am right. One block down. Well, that's actually a pedestrian crossing. That's actually a better place to cross. And this will bring us right back where we started, at Prefontaine Avenue. And hopefully the viewer who asked for that, oh look. We call them cankerworms. They're the larvae of a moth. And this time of year they start and people ask why there are plastic bands around the trees in our neighborhood. That's why. It's to keep those things from being able to set up, lay their eggs in the moths are flightless. The female moths are flightless. It actually itches where it was in my arm. The female moths are flightless, and they climb up to lay their eggs. So you put those bands on the trees with grease on them, and it keeps them from climbing. Little worms eating the leaves and then jumping out. They also sprayed in our neighborhood not too long ago for similar reasons. Okay, well that's that. We are Prefontaine Avenue. That concludes today's walk. Thank you for walking with me. I should be walking along the creek tomorrow unless it's raining, which it might be. We'll see. Bye for now.